Spoilers for future gods, character stories, and content ahead.
Visions, tools, or weapons given by the gods to mortals seemingly at random. But why are some able to gain the gods' interest, while others are left to live normal lives and not even meet their servants like the Adepti? How are the visions given? What are requirements to earn a vision, and is it a choice of one god or many that influence the element? These are the questions that'll be asked on You Sly.
Visions are defined as the stones inside the frame, and supposedly can just appear in that form, pre-wrapped, or awakened from a dud. Such as in Bennett's vision line, a jewel pulsed warmly in the palm of his hand, its rhythm in time with the heartbeat in his chest, the beating heart of an adventurer. Pre-wrapped like in Ganyu's case, quote, the moment she made that decision, a vision appeared at her hip, granting her the power to resonate with the world to a degree beyond her natural abilities. When we hear a story of someone born in one country awakening the stone of another, I believe that with just enough power injected by one element-related god, the vision can manifest or awaken only with the blessing of the home country's god. Which leads me to believe that whatever form the vision appears in is up to the reigning god's whim. The casing can be removed, and it seems the default design is standardized or perhaps required to declare loyalty to the reigning god in order to draw its power, similar to the rule that's unspoken that it has to be visible on the person at all times. There are no limits to a vision's power as long as it corresponds to the god's element. Powers and how they're manifested. This is related to the next point. I believe that the process of visions is actually two parts. The first being the power, and the second is the object itself, and will explain Bao's ability to ban electrovisions being given and have an effect outside of her country. Getting into the first part, the power. Visions are given to the chosen based on the respective god's personality and their compatibility with the user's greatest personality trait. Getting into each element, while also adding that I will discuss contradictions and wildcards at the end. It's a passion, drive, desire, dream, or want, with those that act as they please to achieve it. Dialux is ending the threat of the abyss and the threat to his country and home. Klee is her love for explosions. Xingyan is her love for rock. Jiangling is the cooking. Amber is the gliding and restoring the Outrider order. Bennett is to adventuring, and the wild card that's in the form of Hu Tao, which will be discussed at the end. For Hydro, it is a virtue that the god favors, such as empathy for Barbara, who was able to sing to a child the whole night, Xingqiu and his challenge to learn. Mona's is her strong will to seek the unknown, and Child's is family loyalty.
together when they fall, making follow-up attacks easier. Gale Blade is a very flexible ability. Strategic use of the surrounding terrain will often amplify its effects.
Wind, hear me!
Calling upon the wind's protection, Jean creates a dandelion field, knocking nearby enemies back and dealing anemo damage. The field also quickly heals nearby allies and all party members. This healing scales with Jean's attack power. The dandelion field continuously heals characters within it, infusing them with anemo, while dealing anemo damage to enemies who enter or leave the field. Once the talent Let the Wind Lead is unlocked, using Dandelion Field will regenerate some additional elemental energy. Jean can help her team take charge, aid in their attacks, and do great damage through skillful use of her abilities. A well-rounded fighter indeed. Start the battle by using her elemental skill, mop up nearby enemy groups, and build elemental energy. Then use her charged attack to disrupt their movements, allowing your party members to switch in, attack, and deal damage. When your party members have taken significant damage, use her elemental burst at the opportune moment to repel enemies and regenerate your team's health before beginning the next round of attacks to finish the fight. Though Jean may lack experience, Mondstadt has only prospered since she assumed Varka's great responsibilities. Even I, who has seen countless people, must respect her desire to always defend Mondstadt. But unlike most who bear great burdens, this young knight has remained as tenacious as ever. How was her will molded, and what sustains her edge such that it never wears down?
Finally becomes a reality in the real world. Her friends will return. End quote.
The war has already begun. It is just a continuation of past battles. The gods goad us on with the promise of their 7 treasures, rewards for the worthy, the doorway to divinity.